All right, I said I would make a video on my dub tubs. Nothing fancy. Everyone does it their own way. That suits them. No right, no wrong. It just you do what you can do. So here's what I buy. These are 10 for $10. I don't buy them for the price. I buy them because it's exactly what I need when it comes to several things. First thing is I need a good flat edge on here so I can get a good seal when I put my top on. Clear and clear so that, here you go, so that when I'm in the midst of incubation, I can have a peek at it without introducing any air or whatever. So no flushes there. And then size-wise, you know, this width, I love the height, but this width will get me 9 in my chamber. And then a lot of times on the later flushes, they'll be outside of that. I just like that. I like all of that control during that first flush, just to make sure everything in that mycelium network is happy. So there you go. So here's what I do. Go a step at a time. I don't need this. So let's just say that's all ready to go. Gotta have the top and bottom, right? Yeah. There we go. I did a few things ahead of time because, like I said, I don't like to waste a lot of time, and I'm not going to spend time editing. So first thing I do is I take my tubs and put my holes in there. Now, people say I use this size drill and blah, 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 and who gives a shit, right? I put plenty in. Plenty as in 2 here, on the other side, the opposite way, 2 in, 2 on the ends, and 1 on the top. Rarely ever need all that, but it's a hell of a lot easier to tape them up than to drill new holes when you're in the middle of your project. So get my holes in there and use a flat drill. If you've never tried it, if you use a twist drill, it's probably gonna take it right out of your hand and bust your tote, or whatever the hell it is. So got my holes drilled in there. Put the two together. Don't even have to put the two together. I'm gonna make it just fluttering around here a little bit, but so what I had done in the past is what I had seen, which was using tape, just a really good black tape, basically just to tape a hinge on the back and a little flap on the front and whatever. But by the time you lift that thing, if you need to mist or fan or whatever you're gonna do, and you get condensation on the tape, and it turns into a pain in the ass. So I wanted something a little more sturdy and something I could use over and over and not have the frustration of the lid sliding, these big openings for air to come in when I'm trying to actually regulate it to a certain extent. So here we go. I'll take a paper clip. Yeah, it's a paper clip. There you go. So what I did, there's a little center on this. So I just take my paper clip, lay it on there, and just push down and make a mark. Good enough. Look centered. I had already done this part, but that gives me my marks for my drill. And then I take a drill bit, just a little bit bigger, if not basically the same size as the paper clip. And I pop holes on those marks, and I do the same thing on the other one. So there you go. My holes are drilled. That's that. I'm gonna show you a little trick first. I'm glad I thought of this. Check this out. Condensation. If you're doing dub tubs, I don't know if you ever had the issue before. I hate it, but condensation, you know, you're misting, of course, but there are times too when, like, for example, we had a spell a few days ago where it was cold as balls and it got down to, the wind chill was like 40 below or some shit. So there was where my location is out here, I have great control of temperature, but that was sudden. So I had like probably a 20-degree dip, and then when it came back up rather quickly, it resulted in condensation. So I don't want puddles dripping down into my beautiful mycelium. That's key. That's a recipe for contamination right there. So here's what I do. I want to show you on, hang on. So when you're seeing that condensation pooling up, surface tension is what dictates how water is going to act on this surface, right? So if there's no surface tension, then you're going to get puddles, and the puddles are going to roll and slide and then get big and then drop, perhaps. Maybe when you're lifting your lid or when you bump it or whatever the case may be. I just don't like it. I like evenly distributed condensation in there. And then also, as my air is coming through and this is starting to get dry, or maybe this, then I know that maybe I want to unplug that or plug that one or whatever. Just kind of get that airflow a little more even so it's not just drying certain sides, okay? So, steel wool, 4-aught. I use this for a lot of shit. This is just another thing. So, basically, I'll do it in the inside of this, but I just take this, use this for polishing metal and shit. So, it's incredibly fine. You won't even see a mark, right? So I have to go through and knock that. What I'm doing is creating a little more surface tension. So, yeah, I'll wipe that off. All right. Okay, so you can't even tell really. Did I just hit that? Where's my water thing at? Here we go. But watch this. There we go. Now I hope like how you can see this. Kinda, sorta, not really. Here, I'll put more water on it. All right, getting wet now. So there's beads all over this. Now if I tap that, see what's happening? Can you see that? You kinda can. All this water on this side is just running. All this water is just staying put. Just in a nice fine mist on there. Oh, see, all that water's gone. So there wasn't enough surface tension to hold that in place, so it actually came together, got big, and fell. So, with that in mind, I take my top and do this just real quick, right? Always clean it out, of course. That's a nifty little trick to keep your puddling down. So anyways, back to the hinge. So I drilled my holes. Got my little paper clip here. I just put this. Yeah. Bitch. Right? Fucker. Come on, Troy. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Chill in there. My glasses are behind me on my desk. If I need an excuse. But come on. Thank you. So there you go. Paper clips in there. It's all real close. I push that down over that little ridge there. Push that down. I just grab these. Bring them up. Now that'll be easy to get off when I want to take it off and clean it too. But now got something good going on here. It's a tight fit without doing anything else really, although we will. So there's that. Nice good seat. The other thing I did specifically is sometimes you just have to improvise, and so on this particular one it has a slip going all the way around, so I just took my utility knife and just notched that out a little bit so that I can have this right there. And you cannot beat that. And if you look around, you don't see big gaps that are going to let air in unnecessarily. Because if you get that steady breeze coming in, you don't even really know it. I say steady breeze, but you know it's definitely having an effect on the consistency of your flush there for sure. So that's that. I got one more hole to drill, and then this thing is done. Cool. I'm sure I forgot a lot of shit. And then, of course, liner-wise, I buy these. Everybody buys these. But on this particular tote, I keep saying tote, whatever the hell. One bag makes 2 or 4 liners if you want to cut it one more time. But basically, I just open this thing up, fold it over, cut it in half, and it's perfect. I lay it in there, clip, 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 just to hold it in place. Go about my business as far as my CVG and my spawn. And we go from there. That's pretty good. One more thing I'm gonna show you though. When you've done something good and you have a good harvest or whatever, get yourself one of these. I treated myself to this. Amazon, right? But check this out. You know, when I was first learning, it was fanning, and I was doing the same shit, you know, doing this, right? Gotta fan that, right? Whatever. I upgraded. So I bought this little Chinese thing. It's a fan, cool, right? So if I need to fan it, I'll just kind of do this little business. Just easier, because when you're swinging that lid around, you can hit shit. All right. Also, when you're down in your incubation, come on, bitch. How'd I do? Really? I just fucking did something. That light should come on. Oh shit, it's still on. That's a problem. Hello. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's a short video, right? Yeah. Now, there's the light on the end of it too. So when I'm down in that area and I want to peek, say this is in my fruiting chamber and I want to peek, I can use my light and you can see the reflection of all those beautiful little shiny balls down there that you wouldn't be able to see unless you had a little light reflecting on it. So, yeah. Kind of stupid, but effective. I use it all the time. And I think I said everything I need to say. Good enough? Okay.